Not a breath of wind or a cloud in the sky this morning. Could be in for another dry day. The owners were kind enough to let me use the garage for the bike. Added security is always welcome. Out of sight, out of mind, as they say. I know there is bike theft in Europe, but never felt like the bike was in danger. I mean, after all, it's not England. There, they'd steal the sugar out your coffee. So I got to work sorting the bike out and making sure everything had a place and every place had a thing, just as the saying goes. That saying was probably thought up by someone as bad a memory as me. Because unless my stuff is packed back in the same place, I'm running around like a headless chicken trying to find where I put it. With the bike still performing faultlessly, it was time to say goodbye to the locals and head further north in Austria to take in a few of the snow-covered peaks. When using the motorway bridges in Austria to make up time on your trip, spare a thought for the workers who lost their lives making it all possible. I hadn't gone above a mile down the road before I came across a wood processing plant, which I've never seen before in the UK like that, so I thought I'd better have a closer look at this. After about another 30 minutes on the bike, it was getting close to midday, so I stopped off in a random town off the main road for a spot of lunch. A stroll around the town, then back to the bike for another afternoon of more stunning scenery to propel myself through. It was now late afternoon. I thought to myself, I'll stop in the next village or town I come across for a coffee. As even though it was nice and sunny, due to the road continually climbing, the temperature was dropping and definitely needed to stop to put another layer on under my jacket. The thing is, the next place I came across was a ghost town. It was a ski resort with only the odd maintenance man or security truck patrolling all the empty hotels and restaurants. So no coffee for me. So I took my only option, a roadside bench and table, and a soft drink and a couple of biscuits from a top box. Still, there are worse places to stop for a roadside snack. I had stayed near Radstad on the way down on this trip, and I liked the area, so I decided to pick another hotel close by on the way back. A stop off at a local supermarket to replenish my cold drink supply gave another biker the opportunity to comment to his friend about the size of something on the back of my motorcycle. Perhaps it was the size of my large UK registration number plate. My camera had been left on by mistake, so when I got home, I asked my travelling companion Dick, what did he think the man was staring at? He had no idea. Got myself checked in at the guest house, and unlike the chickens at the last place, you couldn't shut this lot up. So I moved on to their neighbours, and they were just as vocal. I headed back into Radstad and rubbed shoulders with the well-to-do at the local golf club, as they had a good restaurant. So that was the evening meal sorted. I headed back to the guest house with every intention of having a relaxed evening and an early night to bed. But the draw of the bike was too much, so off I headed again for a quick look around the valley, just to end the evening. Heading down for breakfast, I had the feeling I was being watched. I wonder why. Looks like the family were very much into their hunting. And as an added bonus, they didn't need to buy many ornaments to hang on their walls. By the looks of it, it didn't matter what species you were. If you tasted good, or just looked good stuffed and mounted on the wall, it was not going to turn out well for you. As I came down the stairs, I soon realised why so many animals were on the endangered list. But you can only change the future and not the past. Anyway, talking of animals, I wonder what the sliced meat selection would look like this morning at breakfast. Due to some very hot days on my trip, I was needing to top up my automatic chain oiler, as it had gone through the oil like it was going out of fashion, even turned right down to the lowest setting. Since I always carry some on long trips, it wasn't a problem. Then, after another generous breakfast, it was soon time to carry on with the bike towards Salzburg and back over the border into Germany. Hoping to keep off the motorways until I was into Germany came to an abrupt end due to the road I wanted closed by construction work. So motorway it was, complete with tunnels through some of the mountains. Germany wasn't long coming once on the motorway, and not long after getting over the border, it was leg stretch time, overlooking an impressive lake. Wasn't a lot to see on the motorways, so it was time to dial my head into motorway speeds and just get the miles in. On arriving at my hotel, I found that this had more than made up for my lack of good scenery today. With its eccentric decoration, everywhere I looked, I would spot something new every time. Band practice could be heard around the town, and thankfully they sounded good. Eventually, I headed back to my room, and living up to the rest of the hotel, it came complete with mood lighting.